Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be showing y'all how I did this versatile quick weave flip over method. I loved it so much. It was so cute. I definitely took it out before it was due. Like, I had it in for like a week and a half, but I just needed to wash my hair, okay? Because I don't like when my head is dirty. And yeah, I was just itching. Like, yeah, I had to wash it. But yeah, it was so cute. It was definitely 10 out of 10 for sure. So this is me showing you guys everything I use since I forgot to put it in the beginning of this video. But yeah, get your brush or comb or whatever you use to comb out your hair. Then get a parting comb or just a regular comb to part out your hair. You also need some rubber bands, clips, or like hair ties to put your hair away, make sure it's not in the way, and also a few bobby pins. And do not forget your hair oil for your scalp. And then you're gonna need a black wig cap. Also get a protective shield and a mixing bowl for it. I use a mixing bowl, but you know, you could just place it on there. I just find it easier to use a mixing bowl. Also get your got2b spray and also your hair glue. A lot of people use concealer first to trace out the parting and then put the hair glue on. If you want to do that, you can, but I didn't do it in this video because I could see my parts. So yeah, I just put the glue on there. And of course, you'll need your pack of hair and also some scissors, I think I'm saying that right, I don't know, to cut up the tracks and to also cut up your wig cap as well. And then you want to get your blow dryer, okay, but also your heat protectant to protect your hair and your flat iron. And yeah, you're all set. So this is me with my freshly washed and blow dried hair. I love my red hair, by the way, just had to point that out. But you don't really have to blow dry your hair for this. I just did it because it's easier to deal with than braid. So I began with parting out my leave out. I did a part straight down the middle just for like a guide. And yeah, I went over it a couple times because I like my parts to be straight and nice and neat. So yeah, you'll see me go over it a couple times. So after I parted down the middle, I parted down the sides. The goal was to go from ear to ear. That's just how I've seen people do this flip over method. This was actually my first time doing a quick weave like this. So after I got the desired part, I just started to braid it down so it won't be in the way while I'm trying to braid the other side of my hair. Then this is just me doing that same thing to the other side. So after I parted out the other side, I took down the braid on the other side just to see if they connect because yeah, I need them to connect. And then after I seen it was good, I just braided it back down and I did the same thing to the other side. So after I finished braiding down my leave out in the front, I started parting my leave out in the back. And now when I stood up here and lie, I was struggling a little to part my hair in the back. That's why I was using my little bathroom mirror right there on the side. I just wanted the part to be good and I wanted it to connect with the part in the front. That's why I unraveled it a little at the ends, just so I could put them together. And yeah, I did the same thing to the other side as well. Y'all, that part was looking so good and I love my red hair in the back. Like, it's just so cute to me. But yeah, after I finished parting out the back, I just connected the braids in the front with the braids in the back and I made it 2 separate braids. So after I finished braiding them down, I just tied it up in the back so it won't be in the way when I braid the rest of my hair. So these braids are the braids that will be under the cap. So I started off with parting my hair in half and then I parted off that half in half as well. And then this is me just going over that part again. Even though no one's gonna see it, I still want the part to look good. And then yeah, I just braid it down all the way to the end. And then yeah, after I finished braiding down that braid, I braid down the second braid and I braid it down about halfway or a little over halfway. When I get to that mark, I just add the other braid onto that braid, which is what I'm doing right now. It's a little difficult to get if you're braiding like this for the first time, but if you have to go back and just watch it again, then feel free to, because I know it can be difficult to do, especially if you're doing it for the first time. And then after I finish adding it on, I just continue to braid down all the way to the ends. And yeah, and then I continue to do the same thing with the other braids, and I have a close-up coming up on how I add the braid to the braids, if that makes sense, just in case if y'all need it, because yeah, like I said, I know it's difficult. And then once I add on the braids and it's secured, I kind of like to pull on it just so it can be tight and not loose. And then I'm gonna just continue to do the same process with the other braids. I had a total of 8 braids with 4 braids on each side. So after I finished braiding down my whole head, I split it into 2 different parts, and I'm gonna just secure the ends with the rubber band. And this is my way of securing it. Some people use a crochet needle. I'm gonna use my little bobby pins, and I'm gonna just pin it at the top right there. And then I'm also using another one just to get the little end right there. And yeah. And don't forget your oil because your hair needs to be moisturized under that cap. And this is me trying my best to get it everywhere, like all in the parts, all in the little bumps. And yeah, this is the wig cap I will be using. Normally I use 2, but today I just decided to do 1 because it just makes your hair breathe more. And yeah, I just need my hair to breathe more. I prefer to use a mixing bowl for my protective shield, and then I just swirl it around with my brush just to make sure that it's all on the brush so I can get it all over my hair. This is just a little side note I want to make if y'all see the big bumps behind my head. Honestly, I was kind of in a rush because yeah, I had something planned to do. I could have made my braids smaller so it wouldn't be as thick in the back, but honestly you really couldn't see it with the hair on top of it. But just in case, if y'all don't want those big bumps in the back, just make your braids smaller. Do the same thing, but just make them smaller. After I spreaded the protective shield all over my head, I went under the dryer, but you can also use a blow dryer if you have one, just to dry it out. And then I sprayed some Got2b to seal it. Now I'm going around the perimeter of my head with the glue so the cap doesn't move. Be very cautious on this part because you don't want the glue getting all over your leave out. So I'm placing it a little above the parts. So basically I'm putting it on the braid, a little above where the part is, so I don't make a mistake and put it on my leave out. So this is the hair brand I'm using. It's synthetic hair, but it does the job for me. It's the organic hair. It's a body wave, and I got the 3-pack with different lengths. I got the 18, the 20, and the 22 just so it could be layered a little bit. And I also got it in the color 2. Before I cut my hair, I measured to see if it's the right size, and then I cut it and put the glue on it and then place it right there. The first track is going below the little bump right there. After I put the glue on there, I blow dry it just to make sure it's more secure and it doesn't go anywhere. And then I continue to do the same thing with the other track. I'm using the length 22 on the back, and then I will work my way up to 20, and then on the top, that's where I'm gonna put my 18. Just so it can give a little bit of that layered effect. And then I just repeat the same process with the rest of the tracks. Alright, so now all I have left to do is the top of my hair. I forgot to mention this, but as I'm moving towards the top, I'm not placing the tracks like in a straight line. I'm kind of curving a little bit towards the top just so it can look more natural. So when I get to the very top of my head, I'm not curving the tracks as much. They kind of look straight. Placing the track like this gives that flip over method or that flip over effect. Now if you have enough time, I didn't have enough time in this video, but if I did, I definitely would have straightened the top of the hair because my hair that's going to end up on top of the tracks is straight. So just so they can look a little bit identical, I would definitely straighten the top of the hair and leave the ends or the bottom curled. Now this is the part where I cut the cap. I tied my hair back just so it doesn't get in the way and I don't end up accidentally cutting my hair. But when I cut the cap, I like to work in little sections, which is why I split it down the middle. And then I split it again just so I can see what I'm doing for real and the rest of the cap is not in the way. Please be careful in this part because you just have to watch out for two things: your hair and the weave. And you have to make sure you're not cutting either or. So just work in small sections and take your time, because if you try to work through it fast, it just won't be cute, and yeah, you might end up cutting your hair. But yeah, just cut around it and make sure all your leave out is out. This is the part where I'll be straightening my leave out. I'm gonna blow dry it first just so I can get a little bit of those wavy curls out, and then I'm gonna straighten it with my flat iron. Do not forget your heat protectant because yeah, we're trying to minimize heat damage around here. I'm gonna work in small sections, and I'm also doing the chase method because I just want my hair to last. My hair doesn't really last when it's straight, so I'm trying the best way possible so it can just last for like a little bit longer. And I heard the chase method was very effective, and also working in small sections. Just to clarify for the ones that don't know, the chase method is like the flat iron following the comb, like I was being shown in some of these clips. And yeah, that's how my hair turned out. It turned out so freaking cute. I loved it so much. And thank y'all for watching my tutorial on this quick weave. Let your edge out to some iceberg, you'll be heavy in my mind. Can you get the heck out? I need rest now, got me bummed out. You so you